Hey guys, it's Adrian. Today I'm bringing something especially special for my American viewers. As of today, there are officially 2 weeks left until Thanksgiving and I am so excited. I love Thanksgiving. There's food and tradition and friends and family and food. I love to eat. As you may or may not know, I'm an American currently living in the Netherlands and we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the Netherlands. So anything that I want to do Thanksgiving related, I kind of have to come up with on my own. So I was looking for books. Now that my children are a little bit older, I wanted to teach them about Thanksgiving, especially because they don't learn about it in school. So I went on a search. And then I realized there is a bounty of children's books for Thanksgiving, but there aren't really that many adult Thanksgiving books. And I thought, hey, why can't I read a Thanksgiving book? Why does it always have to be children's books? There's got to be adult Thanksgiving books. So I went on social media and I asked you guys, what are your favorite Thanksgiving books for children or for adults? And I also went on Goodreads and I did some searching. So today I'm bringing you my top 10 Thanksgiving recommendations. 6 of these will be children's books and 4 of these will be adult books. Let's get started. My first recommendation is a book that's great for preschoolers. It was a favorite in my house a few years ago, and that is 10 Fat Turkeys by Toni Johnston. This is a silly little book about 10 silly little turkeys doing silly little things. The great thing about it is that it's got a lot of repetition, so the kids can interact, and it'll make them giggle, I can promise you that. Thanksgiving recommendation number 2, The Very First Thanksgiving by Rhonda Gowler Green. This is a great book for preschool to kindergarten age, and it tells the very basic Thanksgiving story about the Pilgrims and the Indians, and it tells it in poetry. The great thing about this story is that it tells a story from beginning to end and end to beginning, so there's again a lot of repetition in it, and the kids can really learn what's inside the book. My third recommendation today is 'Twas the Night Before Thanksgiving by Dave Pilkey. I'm not really sure how you say that one. This is a cute little story about a class of kids that go on a field trip to a farm, and they come across a farmer who owns these turkeys, and the kids fall in love with these turkeys, only to find out that the farmer plans on slaughtering them for Thanksgiving. Sounds a little morbid, but it's not. It's really about how these kids rescue these turkeys. I think it's adorable. This one's really fun because a month from now, you can follow it up with 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Thanksgiving recommendation number 4. This one I haven't actually read yet. I just ordered it for my kids because I thought it sounded fantastic, so I thought I'd share it with you. The book I'm talking about this time is Saying Grace, A Prayer of Thanksgiving by Virginia Kroll. This one is about a little girl named Grace and her pioneering family. We follow Grace as she learns what it is to be really thankful as her and her family celebrate their first Thanksgiving, and they learn the meaning of saying grace before their Thanksgiving meal. I think it sounds really great and I can't wait to read it with my kids. Thanksgiving recommendation number 5. Thank You Sarah, The Girl That Saved Thanksgiving by Lori Hales Anderson. This one would be good for about 2nd and 3rd grade up, I would say. And it talks about Sarah Hale and how she persisted and persisted and persisted and eventually got Thanksgiving to finally be a national holiday. I think this one is especially great because it doesn't only talk about the Pilgrims and the Indians, but it talks about how America finally got Thanksgiving to be a national holiday. I think what we assume a lot of times is that it's always been that way, but that's not true. It took one Sarah Hale and one President Lincoln to be able to make Thanksgiving finally a national day of thanks. And my last Thanksgiving recommendation for the kids is Squanto, Friends of the Pilgrims by Clyde Robert Bulla. This one is for a slightly older crowd, I would say, probably around 4th and 5th grade up because it goes a little bit deeper and it can be a little bit scary. This one tells a story about Squanto and how he went to England, only to return and find his village killed. Squanto joins another village and that's where he meets the Pilgrims. So it tells a story about how Squanto saved the Pilgrims, more or less. I think it's a really great story, but again, like I said, maybe for a little bit of an older crowd. Moving on to adult books. Quick disclaimer, I haven't actually read any of these books. I'm only giving you the books that I found to be the most interesting, so if you do read them and you don't like them, sorry. My first adult recommendation is An Old-Fashioned Thanksgiving by Louise May Alcott. This one's a quick little read, and it's actually a classic. It follows an old-fashioned family called the Bassets, And for one reason or another, the children are put in charge of preparing the Thanksgiving dinner. I feel like this book kind of gives me the cozy feeling of Thanksgiving that I'm looking for, so I think I might actually try to read this one before Thanksgiving. The second adult Thanksgiving recommendation I have for you is a book called The Lies My Teacher Told Me by James W. Lewin. This one is good for those of you who like history. The author of this book took American history books and compared them to the actual facts of what happened in history, and came across a lot of discrepancies. It talks about the actual history in America versus what the American high school children are taught. What I like about this book is that it doesn't only talk about Thanksgiving, it talks about many historical facts, so it should be quite educational. I'm actually hoping to be able to get to this one in 2017. And the last two recommendations that I have for you, these two I'm grouping together because they're both about family drama. And whose family does not have some kind of drama around the holidays? The books I'm talking to you about are A Thanksgiving Miracle by Wells Earl Draughton and A Ghost at the Table by Suzanne Byrne. Both of these books deal with families who are estranged in one way or another, or friendships that are having difficulties, and how people either need to rally together for Thanksgiving, or when they do rally together on Thanksgiving, things explode. I think these would be more of your contemporary family issue, family dynamics, family drama kind of books that almost anybody can appreciate, so I thought I'd share those with you too. So that's it for my Thanksgiving top 10 book recommendations, but I've got a bonus recommendation for you. In my house, when November rolls around, we get together and we make a Thanksgiving tree. I let my kids paint the tree and I let them help me cut out the leaves, and each night we gather together and on each leaf we write one thing we're thankful for. And in my family, when everybody's written what they're thankful for and glue the leaf onto the tree, we sit around and we thank God for what we're thankful for. I think this is really important, whether you have a tree or not, to get together with your family and your friends and your loved ones and take a minute just to think about the things that we have in life to be thankful for. A lot of times when we think about Thanksgiving, we think about turkey and food and fun, and that's true and that's all great, and Thanksgiving should be a place that we get together, but it's really about remembering what we're thankful for, and we have so much to be thankful for. So I encourage you to take a little bit of time each day from now to Thanksgiving and just remember and write down one thing you have to be thankful for, especially if you're going through a hard time, because I think that if you do this, it'll give you a moment to really look at what you have instead of focusing on the bad things. That's all I have for you today, guys. For those of you who celebrate the holiday, I wish you all a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'll see you next time. Bye.